Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There's an expression better late than never. So here we are, 9:36 a.m., Monday, August 31st, the last day of August, and in many ways, the last week of the summer, if that's what you can call what we just went through these past few months in 2020. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. We are Pollack, Isaac DeSico. I am a personal injury attorney, partner of the firm, and you are now officially cruising with the case handler, a show by attorneys for you out there to answer all your legal questions, whatever help you need. If you got a problem, we got a solution. You got a question, we got an answer. If you're listening to us on 93.5 FM, thank you so much. We understand there's other things you could be watching, listening to right now, but the fact that you're here with us, that you're here with your case handler, that you're here with Squeeze, that you're here with my partner, Conrad, the Maestro Pollack, we are ever so grateful. And for those of you watching on Facebook right now, streaming live, or maybe later in the day, or even when we cut it up on Instagram, thanks again. Your support has been overwhelming the past 6 months since we've been really focusing on a strong social media presence since the pandemic hit. And we are certainly giving back to the community that has embraced us for decades. I've been practicing personal injury law for nearly 17 years now, almost 15 of those years exclusively for the Caribbean community. Couldn't be prouder, couldn't be happier from the support we've been getting and what we've been giving back. How we're giving back is not only providing quality legal representation, but offering 100% free phone consultations. All you have to do is give us a call and we will answer your question for 100% free. Not just personal injury, not just real estate, not just matrimonial, not just criminal law, but immigration as well. The biggest part of our practice here actually is immigration. I don't work in the immigration department. I leave that to my amazing partners who are unbelievable at it. But again, you just got to give us a call. Our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 ppid law. PPID stands for Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And you can just walk around talking about PPID. For example, I can just say, hey, Squeeze, you down with PPID?
Come on, you know me. I'm definitely down with PPID. Guys, you heard me yelling out PPID all weekend, all right? And of course, been yelling it out on Saturday, been yelling it out on Sundays because they are the go-to firm for any legal matter that pops up. As a matter of fact, which reminds me, I need to speak with you, Adam, and you, Conrad. It's not your departments. It's your best friend's department there, Mr. Pollack. I need to speak about some real estate issues with Mr. DeSico. Very important. All right. So once again, yes, ladies and gentlemen, they can handle your real estate issues going through closings. And by the way, a lot of people out there need to understand that never have your real estate agency choose your attorney for you. You should actually choose your attorney independent of them. A lot of people go to real estate entities and they let the real estate entity choose the mortgage company, the lawyer, everything. No. You can get yourself in big doo-doo. You don't want to do that. So later on, I got to speak with Mr. DeSico, one of the partners at Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, about my real estate concerns and something that I need for him to handle. So once again, what is the number for the firm? Adam gave it. I'm giving it again. If you want to get your immigration questions answered, turn up your radios. And of course, go to Facebook, Adam's page, the case handler, Conrad Pollack's page, PPID, the firm's page, PPID. All right. And hey, just subscribe, make a comment, put your questions there. The number to call if you want to speak off air privately and confidentially with an attorney is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Conrad, you run the immigration side of the business plus the entire firm. You want to bring me up to speed as to what's going on with immigration in this hemisphere, this atmosphere?
Well, good morning, everybody. Fortunately, nothing major to report over the weekend. Our president, the administration, they're busy stoking everyone's fears of the country collapsing. So they haven't had any chance to further damage the immigration system. So no negative news to report this weekend.
Hey, that's always a good thing.
That's always a good thing. But on a positive note, what about voting? What do you have to say to a lot of people out there in reference to voting?
Well, clearly, everybody should get out there and vote. In fact, we are in the process of putting some things on our PPID website, showing people where they can register or if they want to volunteer and how they can do that. But clearly, it's important to vote. It's important to get out there, and also for those of you that haven't become citizens yet, you should become citizens as soon as possible. And if you have the process, if you have your application in the works already, hopefully you'll make it by election day, November 3rd, so you can vote. Look, the immigrant community out there, you know what the current administration has done to the immigration system and what they're still trying to do. And God only knows what another 4 years, what kind of havoc they'll wreak on the system, even more so. So clearly, Biden. If you go to Joe Biden's immigration page, you'll see all the favorable measures that he's going to take once he's president. He's going to return the immigration system to some semblance of sanity. Yeah, it's going to take a little time because the Trump administration has done a lot of damage to the immigration system. But I would, anyone who's interested to go Google it and take a look at Joe Biden immigration, and you'll see he's going to bring things pretty much back in line with the way they were pre-Trump, including hopefully legislating DACA to become actually part of the law, so it's not this political football that it's been for the last couple of years. In particular, and again, talking about Trump and what he's going to do if he's reelected. If Trump gets reelected, DACA's gone. So those of you, and I think there are 700,000 people last count that receive DACA benefits. I mean, DACA applicants can't vote, right? But if Trump gets reelected, DACA's gone. And those people are going to have some serious problems to deal with because it's a done deal if he's reelected. So don't let it happen. That's really all I can say. Look, I'm trying not to be too political here, Squeeze, but it's hard not to with all the stuff that's going on. It's hard not to be. It's hard. My guess is most people in this country have already chosen a side, and really at this point, it's a question of who's going to vote. So that's why it's so important that everybody get out there and vote.
Gotcha. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration law. We have many reasons why we should go out and vote this year. Extremely important, and probably the most important election ever. So please, I ask of you, go out and vote. All right. If you're a citizen, make sure that you are already registered and ready to vote. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Cruising with a Case Handler. Adam, let's jump right into it, man. I've got immigration questions on standby here, but I want to let's just rev up the show right now, man. You know how we love to hear true success stories, how everybody on 93.5 FM love to hear the most celebrated attorney on the station give the stories of people that he has helped. Can we get something in the million, seeing that you have settled well over $125 million for your clients as a personal injury attorney? Okay, accident cases that you have done, so many cases that you have done. We need a true success story, man. Let's rev up this show, man. Yeah, I'm Mr. PPID.
I'm ready to go. And listen, I love talking about those multi-million-dollar settlements. I know Conrad loves when I talk about those multi-million-dollar settlements.
I sure do.
We're almost at, we're just a shade under $18 million recovered for case handler clients this year, which is truly, truly remarkable considering the courts are still actually physically closed for business. They are open virtually, but physically closed. And I get a kick out of these numbers because I remember when Conrad and I met about 6 years ago. And, we were in a situation that I was bringing my practice to the firm. I don't think any of us could have really imagined the overwhelming success that we would have had for our clients. We always knew it was possible, but we just didn't know it was going to come so quickly. I remember when we first started doing the advertising for my practice here at Pollack, Isaac DeSico, I think we were toting that we were, in my career at that point, I was about $60 million. So they called me the $60 million man. That's what some of those Irie Jam DJs would call me. Now, you have the you have the what's it called? The privilege, shall I say, of calling me the $125 million man. Unbelievable numbers. But not every case is a $1 million case. I know you want to talk about the $1 million case, but every case is important. Let's talk about this case real quick, and then we can talk about some big bucks later, because this was a special case for us that we haven't talked about. And if you would be so kind to read me that quote, I would be appreciated.
Absolutely. And once again, folks, we're speaking with Adam Handler. He's a personal injury attorney and a partner at the firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Get ready to write the phone number down. You never know if and when you're going to have an accident. Get ready to text it and pass it on to someone out there who may need the number when they get hurt in an accident and want to get the maximum compensation. All right, so let me read this. It says here, I recommend Adam all the way. The team did a very good job, and I give them an A+++++. My friend suggested that I call the case handler team, and after I did, I knew they were the team for me. Only way to know if they are the team for you is to make the call. And this was from Olive from Brooklyn, BK. It was a trip and fall accident, and the amount settled by the case handler, I call him the shark, $150,000.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about Jamaican dollars. We're talking about US dollars, United States dollars. And this was for a trip and fall accident. And I'm actually looking at the pictures on Facebook right now that Adam is showing by way of his website. And this is no joke, so we got to say thanks to you, Adam, for taking care of Olive down there in Brooklyn at this trip and fall accident. Can you expound on this?
Yeah, of course. This is an older lady. She was, I believe, 82 years old at the time, walking down the street, and she trips and falls on some broken pavement, which was right outside of not a Jiffy Lube, but a oil change facility. And she trips and falls flat on her face, busts her lip, damages a few teeth, which she has to have extracted and have a bridge put in. She had some difficulty eating for about a year. And what was so interesting about this case was how we proved the case. So everybody out there thinks that, a lot of people out there think, oh, just because I get hurt on somebody's property, it's their fault. No, you have to prove what's called notice. You have to prove that the owner of the property knew or should have known that a dangerous condition existed at the time of this accident. So for example, if Olive would have fallen on something that was just recently placed there, or a defect that recently presented itself, they may not be liable as a matter of law. And that's exactly what they were saying. They were saying, no, where she fell, it wasn't like that for that long. We didn't know about the problem. We're not responsible. But I was able to go on Google Maps. And I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but in Google Maps, you don't only see what's present now, but you can also go back in time. So there's a little button on the top left of that Google Maps that you can see the image from 2020, 2018, 2017, 2016, whenever they go out there, because they usually go once a year or once every other year. And through those Google Map images, we were able to show that condition had existed for about 3 years before their accident. As soon as we were able to present that evidence to the judge, they decided to pay the money. $150,000 tax-free for this woman. Couldn't have been a more successful result, because they didn't want to pay a dime. And we were able to show the judge through evidence, and those Google Map photos are a form of evidence that the defendant, the owner of the property, knew about the issue, disregarded the issue, and then, of course, caused an injury to our client. So very, very proud of that case. Very, very special case. Very, very special lady. And, we like to talk about those big settlements, the $150,000 settlements, the $1.5 million settlements, the $5 million settlements. But each settlement is important to that client. And if it's important to the client, then it's important to us. And if it's important to us, it should be important for all of you out there to understand that we do things very differently. You want the best possible result, you call the case handler. We can never guarantee a successful outcome, but if you want to put your family and yourself in the best possible situation for full compensation of your medical bills, your time out of work, and your pain and suffering, I suggest you save our number. Hopefully you'll never need it. God forbid you do. you give us a ring. 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 PPID law.
But you know what, Adam, and I need for you to talk a little bit more about it before we get to immigration. We're speaking now on personal injury, ladies and gentlemen. That is what separates you from all the other attorneys as a personal injury attorney, whether attorneys on the station or off the station. What separates you is that you were smart enough to actually take in consideration the Google Maps. It's extremely important that people hire smart attorneys, because that could be the difference between getting $0
Sure.
and getting $150.
Well, other than finding a time machine to take you back to be able to take photographs of the sidewalk 3 or 4 years before the accident, there was no other way to do it. And I actually just stumbled on that feature a few years before that. And now in all my cases, we've been able to either figure out whether or not we have a case or prove our case, because there's sometimes that people will trip and fall on a defect on a sidewalk. Give us a call. I'll search that up, and it looks like the defect is relatively new, and we may not be able to help those people. So it's a very, very powerful tool, but you're absolutely right. An attorney needs to put all of their efforts into research, all of their efforts into investigation, and then of course use those weapons on the attack mode if you do have what we call the goods in a case.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Handler is his name. He is your personal injury attorney. And remember, you've got one choice, one chance, and he is your case handler. Very important that people understand. You just don't want to accept any attorney. You know, they've got a lot of ambulance chasers out there. That's not what PPID is all about. Got a lot of people who just said, yeah, I know John Doe down the block. You should use it because I heard Miss May got $5,000. You don't want insurance showing up at your door and offering you $500 or $5,000 and you're accepting. Something is up if they're doing that. So go with the case handler. You get hurt in an accident, dial this number, store this number, make the number, make the phone ring for about 10, 15 seconds. This way we know that you are storing the number. It's extremely important. And we're advocating that you will store that number, ladies and gentlemen. So God forbid you get that hurt, you have the case handler. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Do us a favor, pass that number on to someone who needs it. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make the link and make that call. Jumping right into immigration, all right? Mr. Conrad Pollack, the managing partner, is here to answer those immigration questions coming up on Facebook and also in our WhatsApp chat. Let's go to the first question. And Conrad, I need for you to nail them, man. You know, on point like you always have been.
Well, I've got, I'm here solo today, so I'm here on an island. I have to answer all the questions myself.
There you go.
Like,
there you go. Yeah.
Like, this is getting a little nerve-wracking.
Not you. I have questions for you. Please help. My U.S. tourist visa will expire in November, and my CR1 visa is being pursued in NVC. Can I renew my U.S. tourist visa before my CR1 visa comes through, as I need to visit the U.S.?
Hold on a second. Wait, slow down. Say that again.
My U.S. tourist visa will expire in November, and my CR1 visa is being pursued in NVC. They want to know if they can renew their tourist visa before they get their CR1.
Could certainly try, but highly unlikely they'll get it. CR1 is not a visa. CR1 means that this person is married to a U.S. citizen, is applying for a green card. As I've said many times on this show, the law, the consulates, everybody presumes that you are an immigrant, and it is up to the applicant to prove otherwise, that you're a non-immigrant, that you're coming as a tourist. Now, in this particular case, this person's going to have a big problem doing that when she goes to apply for a new visa, because they're going to see that she's applied for a green card. They're going to see not only that they're going to presume that she's an intending immigrant, they're going to say, hey, you got a green card. You're going to be your green card application. You're going to be applying. You're going to be receiving in a few months. Right. We're not presuming you are an intending immigrant. Therefore, we're not giving you a new tourist visa. Now, look, she can always try. Maybe they'll believe that she's just coming here temporarily, or he, but highly unlikely. So if you've got a tourist visa that's good till November, I suggest you use it now. Come on in. Now, in addition, if you enter legally and you're married to a U.S. citizen, I don't know why you'd be processing your case to the National Visa Center. If you're here and you entered with a visa and you're married to a U.S. citizen, you can apply to adjust your status here in the U.S. So, I mean, but again, odds are she's not using a lawyer and she wouldn't know that. But the fact is, that's what I would do, unless they have to travel back and forth. If this person needs to go back and forth to the country, she can, or he can come here, apply for adjustment of status, and apply for what's called advanced parole, which will allow him to travel while the case is pending, because it'll take a good year and a half to get the interview here, but she gets work authorization in the interim. And I mean, that's what I would do, but you know, it's their call. The fact is they're not getting another tourist visa, highly unlikely.
There you go. And once again, folks, the number to call right now, you can get a free phone consultation off the air, 844-774-3529. Here's a quick one. If you make a mistake on the DS-260, can you resubmit or wait and explain in the interview?
Depends on the mistake. If it's a significant mistake, I would try to alert the National Visa Center now, even if they don't respond. Just put them on notice that, hey, you know, I gave you the wrong date of birth. That was really my brother's date of birth, not mine. And that's, oops, nobody was supposed to know that, right? Right. Fact is, if it's a simple mistake, yeah, maybe you want to wait. You know, you spelled your name wrong or something like that, you can wait. But I would notify the National Visa Center and let them know that there was a mistake made. Just put them on notice and bring a copy of that email you sent to the NVC with you to the interview.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, speaking with Conrad Pollack, the managing partner at the firm, and we're actually giving you your questions that you're asking. Please place your questions in on our WhatsApp group or on the Facebook page. You can go to David Squeeze Aniki's page. You can go to the Case Handlers page. You can go to PPID's page and just place those questions there. Once again, for personal injury, I got some more questions here, Conrad. So just stand by as we wrap up the hour here on 93.5 FM. I'm putting my hands together for those of you who can't see. I'm simply saying, you only need one law firm, ladies and gentlemen. Only one law firm, all right? All my legal issues, I've decided it's all going to PPID. That's what they went to school for. That's the reason why they've been practicing for years. They've got multiple departments at the firm. If it's a criminal defense issue, PPID. If it's a family law issue, PPID. If it's a real estate or business law issue, PPID. Obviously and evidently, if it's a personal injury issue, absolutely the case handler at PPID. And obviously and evidently, seeing that they've been practicing immigration for 60 years, if it's immigration, it's PPID. So with that said, everyone tuning in on 93.5 FM, dial this number, store the number, text the number, pass it on to someone who needs an attorney. They have different departments at the firm, and that number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Choose your weapons carefully. Remember, you need the maximum compensation if you get hurt. Remember, immigration is a minefield. So make sure that you call PPID, not minefield, all right? Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. Catch you next time.
It's 10 o'clock.
There you go. So we're off 93.5 FM. We continue with the immigration questions here. All right. And before I let Adam come in and tail it off, all right, let's get back to the questions. All right, Conrad, here's one for you, as they call 844-PPID-LAW for a free phone consultation. It says here, I filed I-130 form mistakenly, and I paid the fee to get my baby, 9 months old, into the US. In reality, he was allowed to enter with only birth certificate, as my and her mom are LPRs. I'm just reading verbatim here. I would like to withdraw the form and get refunded. Is that possible? You don't get money back from it.
That's it's always good. It's always good to get the laugh out early in the morning. You know, start the day off right. But I don't think she's intending to be funny. But good luck getting your money back from the Immigration Service. That's all I can say. That said, I don't know that she did the wrong thing. If she is a permanent resident, her child is not automatically a U.S. citizen, unless, now I don't know the whole deal here. Maybe her husband is a U.S. citizen and applied for her. I don't know. But if mom has a green card and is only a permanent resident, that child does not automatically come here. She has to apply for the child either separately, or the child can accompany her, which is probably what they tried to do here. The child can accompany on her same application. She's going to have to pay fees to the National Visa Center, not to the Immigration Service. Unfortunately, she ain't getting that money back. Sorry.
That's what I was going to say.
And you know something?
I've never heard about it.
Here's a situation where somebody went, did it solo, didn't use a lawyer, and she just spent $535 for nothing.
And which brings about, when are the fees going up, Conrad?
October 2nd. That fee is going up to $700 something. So I guess she could take solace in the fact that she didn't do it in October. It would have cost her a couple $100 more down the tubes.
All right. Once again, folks, that's Conrad Pollack speaking there. Got another question for you, though. The number to call for the firm is 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. On immigration, call. Get yourselves a free phone consultation. You're watching this on Facebook. You're sharing the page. Get yourself a free phone consultation off the air. 844-774-3529. We're going to go to the multi-million-dollar man, have him wrap up the show interview. But let's get to another question here as we continue on immigration. It says here, our case is F3, and we got our welcome letter last year. Our PD became current in September 2019. At that time, my sister was protected under CSPA. Her CSPA age was 20. We submitted all documents in March 2020, and due to global pandemic, we couldn't get any email, etc. My grandfather applied for us, and he co-sponsored my maternal uncle, as he didn't have enough funds to sponsor us. Now my maternal uncle has bought the home, and the savings are finished. I have two questions. Do we need any other co-sponsor? And is my sister still protected under CSPA? As whenever I enter her details in CSPA calculator, it states you have waited too long. You are ineligible.
Two questions, yes and no. She will need another joint sponsor, and no, her sister will not be included under the CSPA.
Talk about
and there's a third issue there that she's not going to be happy to hear. They're subject to the travel ban. The travel ban is in effect until December 31st, 2020 currently. And if the Orange president currently in office is reelected, I can pretty much assure you, I can pretty much guarantee you 99.99%
a maestro guarantee.
He is going to extend that travel ban beyond December 31st. I assure you. Don't let that happen. Don't let this guy get reelected. Vote for Biden. Otherwise, someone like this person, they're not going to be seeing her. She's not going to be seeing her sister for many years, unless she wants to go visit her in her country.
But, here's my question before I ask Adam to conclude and give his commentary. All right.
You don't want to hear what I have to say.
All right. So let's hypothetically say, God forbid, the orange man stays in the White House. All right. Hypothetically, guys.
I just like a stroke of angst.
You're making Conrad sick.
He's getting a headache right now.
You're making him sick.
But let's say hypothetically, what's going to happen to this ban? Is this going to be there indefinitely? What's going to happen with that?
Look, the travel ban is a crock. All right. They use the travel ban, the premise for the travel ban. All right. Here's the premise that the administration doesn't want immigrants, doesn't want foreigners coming to the United States. Why? Because we don't want them coming to infect us with the virus. All right. Now, it's pretty laughable considering we have 25% of the world's cases with 4% or 2% of the population, and Americans are banned from pretty much going anywhere in the world because of that. So here is the premise that, okay, well, we don't want to be infected by all these immigrants coming in, when the fact is immigrants don't want to come here because they don't want to get infected by us. So the fact is, though, the travel ban, all of these things that are going on, all of these different measures that the government has taken, these are all things that the administration, that Trump and his right-hand man, Stephen Miller, have been trying to get through for years, since they've been in power. Right? The premise for the travel ban is a crock. But unfortunately, if he gets reelected, he will continue to use this public health scare as a means to extend the travel ban. I can assure you that will continue for as long as he is in power. There will be no this person, for instance, F3 is a third preference, citizen applying for married daughter or son. She wants to see her sister. She's going to have to go back to her country to see her sister if this guy gets reelected, because that travel ban will be extended for as long as he's president. And in order for them to stop it, there'll have to be lawsuits. There'll have to be impeachment proceedings again. Who knows what? But the fact is, as long as the COVID virus is existent, even after a vaccine, I promise you, vaccine comes next year, this guy gets reelected, he's going to still say, well, these people didn't take the vaccine. How do we know we took the vaccine? We're not letting them in. I promise you, they will do everything they possibly can to extend these travel bans for as long as they possibly can. I promise you that.
Got you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the immigration segment on Cruising with the
On that happy note, right?
Yeah, on a very yeah, okay, a show on personal injury and immigration. With that said, let me move it over to my other attorney that's here, Adam Handler, the $125 million man. That's how much money he has settled for his clients by way of what it is that he practiced. Adam Handler, I'll let you give your commentary and conclusion.
Listen, we're here to educate individuals out there. You're watching us right now on Facebook, and you're looking for information, maybe a little entertainment, maybe something just to give you some power for the day, to know where you stand with these things. And the message that I can't make any clearer to you is that we are a very successful law firm, right? Attorneys shouldn't ever say they're the best. You can say
I can say you guys are the best,
but I will say that we are. I'll say that we are really, 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 really good at what we do.
Adam, let me jump in and interrupt you a second.
Absolutely.
Perfect example, just to demonstrate, just to illustrate what you're talking about. This woman who just contacted us, she mentioned that her priority date was current in September 2019, right? Clearly, they're doing this without a lawyer. If they had been our client, if this woman was my client, instead of having this conversation right now, I'd be having this conversation. She'd be talking to her sister over the breakfast table in her apartment in Brooklyn or wherever they live, right? Because she would have been here. The fact that that thing was current in September 2019, and here we are a year later, and she's still not here. Yes, she got sabotaged by the virus, and all the consulates got shut down in March or April. But the fact is, if her priority date was current in September and she was my client, that person would have been here before March of 2020, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah. And that's exactly the point I was going to make, Conrad. We are a firm for the people. We are here to help people. We have, commercial and corporate clients, but the main focus of our firm, whether it's Conrad's immigration department or my personal injury department, is helping people that need help, changing lives forever, whether it's tax-free compensation for an injury or whether it's legalizing your status here in the United States that affects you and your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren for generations to come. We are a law firm that are here for the people, to serve the people. You must have our number saved. We won't know about you unless you do. We don't hang out at the emergency room. We don't hang out at Federal Plaza. We have other things to do with our time, such as serving the clients that have called 844-774-3529 and said, hey, Pollack, hey, Handler, I want you to be my attorney. I want you to represent my family. I want you to put me in the best possible position for a successful result. And that's exactly what we strive to do here at the firm. Our phone number again, 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID law. Squeezes down with PPID. I want to know if you, ladies and gentlemen out there, are down with PPID as well. You down with PPID?
You know me. And that concludes, ladies and gentlemen, our commentary / conclusion right here. A new segment on the show. And yes, putting them on the spot. I just hit up routine in the group saying, I want the commentary and the conclusion edited every single day. All right. And Ali also. So thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Do remember, just call the number, store the number, dial it, let it ring, have the number of an excellent law firm. All right. You heard how passionate Conrad was just now. That is what stimulated me to say, hey, I need the clip. All right. How passionate he was. He was actually angry at the client, which is not his client, for not having a lawyer, his firm, handle it, because she would have been okay with her sister, as he said, across the table having a chat about what's going on, you know. But no, they didn't use a firm. They didn't use PPID because they weren't down with PPID. So you need to be down with PPID. Call them. 844-774-3529. Yeah, prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. We have to put that disclaimer. But I am telling you, they are truly, genuinely, in my personal opinion, and I'm disclaiming it, the best firm that is out there. And I've dealt with quite a few lawyers throughout my life, and being on this radio station, 93.5, and on Facebook since 1996, I've been on the radio station. And I'm telling you, what I love the most about these guys, and I'm saying it, what I love the most is that they're very honest, extremely honest, and very transparent and very aggressive for you. I love that, okay? Makes me sleep better at night, all right? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, go with them. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Thank you all so much for tuning into, of course, Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration. Have yourself an amazing day. And by the way, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, Mr. Black Panther there.
That was really sad.
Yeah, very sad. We're out, ladies and gentlemen.